Good morning, children. Today we will start the new lesson Adaptation in Animals. So, children, in this lesson you will learn about the natural habitat of animals and their adaptation to their surrounding. So, let us learn this one by one. Adapt means to adjust to their environment. It means animals need to be able to adjust themselves to the conditions of that habitat. And what is meant by adaptation? The animals of region develop certain features which help them to adapt or to survive well in their natural surroundings. This characteristic feature is called adaptation. Habitats. It is a place of an animal which provides them favorable condition, includes air, water, then enough food material, shelter and protection. This is called habitat. You can see in this picture we find living things all around us, that is plants as well as animals. So animals adjust well to live in their surroundings and move around to reproduce, find food and also to raise their young ones. There are different types of habitats such as terrestrial, aquatic, amphibians, aerial and arboreal. In terrestrial habitat, some animals live in polar regions, some are in mountains or some are in desert. See, the first terrestrial animals means they live on land. Aquatic animals means they live in water. Amphibians, amphi means both, they live on both on land as well as in water. The next, arboreal animals. Arboreal, it means mostly they live or they spend their life on trees. Aerial animals means all birds. They spend a lot of time in the air except flightless bird like emu and ostrich. Terrestrial animals have features suited for life on land. So they have legs which help them to walk on land, and most of them have lungs as their breathing organs. For example, lion and fox. But do you know, children, some animals like snake do not have limbs or legs. Okay, so they move with the help of their own muscles and scales present on their own body. Correct? So you should know this. And most of the terrestrial animals breathe through lungs. Now, what about aquatic animals? How they breathe? Most aquatic animals breathe through gills, except whales and dolphins, because they breathe through lungs. And most aquatic animals have fins or paddles that help them to swim underwater. See examples: fish, octopus, turtle and crab. Amphibians, animals that live both on land and in water, are called amphibians. The back legs of a frog and toad are stronger than their front legs. Okay, so this helps them to jump, which is how they move on land. So they have webbed feet that help them to swim in water. So example of amphibians are toad, frogs. You can see here webbed feet. So frogs have webbed feet which help them to swim in water. Webbed means network like structure, you can see over here. And here I want to tell you one important fact, that we human breathe through only one breathing organ, that is lungs, right? But frogs can breathe through two breathing organs such as lungs and skin. So frogs breathe through lungs when they are on land, and frog uses its moist skin through which they breathe when they are in water. Now, aerial animals. Animals that can fly and spend a lot of their time in the air are called aerial animals. They have hollow bones. It means they are light in weight. They have one set of limbs modified as wings to help them fly. The body shape of aerial animals is such that they are able to cut through the air easily. So, In cold winter month or in cold condition, when the food becomes scarce or less or lack of food, that time many birds fly towards warmer countries in search of what? Food and warmth. So this mass movement of birds from a colder to a warmer place is called migration. So animals can migrate from one place to another in search of food. Arboreal animals that live mostly on trees are called arboreal animals. So you can see in this picture, arboreal animals have sharp claws to climb up and down the branches and usually have strong muscular limbs or legs and a tail for holding on to the branches. For example, monkey, koala bear, these are the example of arboreal animals. Now let us learn adaptation for food. So animal group based on food they eat. So simply herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, scavengers and parasites. These are the group of animals based on how they eat their food. So see first herbivores, it means animals that eat only plants and grasses. Second, carnivores, animals that eat the flesh of other animals are called carnivores. Then omnivores, animals that eat plants as well as flesh of other animals. Fourth, scavengers. Scavengers means flesh eating animals that feed on the flesh of dead animals. And what about parasites? Some small animals get their food from other living organisms, that is called parasite. But in your science textbook you have only two groups, that is herbivores and carnivores. So let us learn them in detail. Herbivores: deer, giraffe, zebra, cow, horse. These are the examples of herbivores. They have sharp teeth for biting and cutting and very strong teeth for grinding, as plant food needs to be chewed a lot as it is very rich in a substance that is called cellulose. Animals that eat the flesh of other animals are called carnivores. So lion, tiger, snake and lizard, these are the example of carnivores. Most carnivorous animals have very sharp teeth for tearing out the flesh of its prey. Children, do you know how polar bears survive in extreme cold condition? Let us see. Polar regions snow throughout the year. So the climate is extremely cold. So the polar bears has thick layer of fur or hair over its body which protect it from extreme cold condition. So these animals have thick layer of skin called blubber. What we call blubber to keep them warm. So animals such as bear, frog and snake store in their body and become inactive in extreme winters. So this stage of inactivity is called winter sleep or hibernation. In winter, some animals go to sleep for a long period of time in underground caves or burrows. So they do not need to eat food. Why? Because they use the fat that has been stored in their body. And this process is called hibernation. What we call hibernation. So frogs, snails, etc. hibernate in winter until the climate start to change. So this process is called hibernation. Let us understand adaptation to climate, that is desert. Desert are hot and dry regions which are covered by thick layer of sand. For example, most of the camels can live in desert condition. They have large feet which help it to walk comfortably on sand. So they can store fats in its hump and can live without water for many days. You can see in this picture, this is red color hump. Its tongue is very thick, so it can easily eat thorns and bushes without hurting itself. So they are also known as sheep of desert. Children, carefully look at this picture, then you will understand how desert animals survive in extremely hot region where there is lack of water. Now, let us understand how animals protect themselves from their enemies. So, adaptations for protection or defense. Animals like elephant and hippopotamus have thick skin to protect themselves from the hot climate. Animals like deer and gazelles have very strong legs and are able to run very fast. Also can easily run away from danger. But some animals like chameleon, zebra, arctic fox, polar bear and frog can trick their enemies because their body color easily blends with their surroundings, means changing color phenomenon, thus confusing their enemies, and this is called camouflaging. So, chameleon also change its body color according to the surroundings. Grasshopper and the stick insect are other examples of animals that show perfect camouflage. You can see here some pictures. You can see in this image how chameleon change its color according to their surrounding. Now this is an example of polar bear, how it survive in the snow covered areas. And see, this is an hippopotamus. So they have thick skin which protect them from hot climate. So these are all about adaptation in animals. Thank you.